Hello, this is Si Wing Yi. Welcome back. Today I'm more excited than ever because the information I'm going to provide to you is I enjoy this presentation the most. Why? Okay, why? Because I I'm going to talk about Florida, the Florida housing market year over year 2022, from 2021 to 2022. Listen, I've been I'm a real estate wealth advisor for the past 30 years. I have bought and sold and bought many investment properties throughout Florida, Central Florida, Southwest Florida, and Northeast Florida, Jacksonville, all the top markets since 2004. Okay, so I'm no expert. Well, you could, look at me as an expert, but my expert are the team on the ground in those markets, our network team that are helping our investors to buy from out of state, mainly from California, but I have mom and pop real estate investors from all over the country that are buying out of state, remote, turnkey on very great properties, cash flow properties, entry levels, type of very good A-class, great neighborhoods throughout the years. And they continue to buy. So Florida is rated, I think it's still the number one fastest growing state. Number one, I believe it's number one. Anyway, Florida is top in everything. Investment markets, migration, artist migration from New York, Northeast, the Midwest, Chicago area, and the West Californians are coming over to Florida, retirees, millennials, job growth, population growth, the whole 9 yards. It's rated number the top five in every metrics, every category. All right, so you can tell my physical and emotional excitement because I love Florida. I have properties here, my properties, and hundreds of our investors that I have guided personally over many years. They have done so well. They have created generational wealth. So I know we have gone through this past year, especially the past year, there has been a lot of housing correction. But if you do further research, you will know that other part of the country, they're not doing well. Some markets have decreased in the past 9 months. Their prices have decreased 10 to 20%, going through some housing correction. I get it. In many parts of the country, not many, few, especially in the southwest, west, and the northwest region. You could say west of the Mississippi. They're going through a housing correction, at least short term, based on all the things that you've been hearing. But the areas of Midwest and South and Southeast has been very robust, even with the challenges that's going on with the recession, with inflation, with higher interest rate, the whole 9 yards. And Florida are affected just a little bit, not that much. So right now, I'm very excited to report. I'm going to use the resource, Florida Association of Realtors website. I'm going to use this as a resource for my video presentation. I'm so excited. My money is doing very well with my property in Florida as we speak. I'm getting great cash flow, great appreciation, excellent rental market in Central Florida and Southwest Florida in the areas that I'm promoting. Anyway, okay, a little bit self-promotion. Okay, all right, let's go do some great. I love this Florida Realtor Association website. Great data, and it'll blow your mind. For those of you who are contemplating or who are already living in Florida, grew up in Florida, the locals, you know what I'm talking about. There's a lot of challenges. The locals being priced out, but you have out of state, people with money. Look at Miami, look at South Florida. People from the Wall Street, that's New York City, Wall Street, all the money, they're coming into Miami, Fort Lauderdale, all those people with deep pockets, they are killing the housing market in Miami, Fort Lauderdale, South Florida. that's just one aspect. Miami doing very well. I know Miami is very expensive right now. They have multi-million-dollar homes all over the landscape of the Miami Beach and the surrounding areas. Very expensive. They're not for my investors, Miami, but other parts of Florida is still very affordable, even though the housing prices have skyrocketed during the pandemic in many markets in Florida, in Central Florida, especially in Southwest Florida, where we have our investors buying as we speak still. Even though with the high rocketing prices, the homes are still pretty affordable. It can cash flow. The rent will cover the mortgages for our investors, which is mind-boggling. So I don't know how much longer this window of opportunity could exist, but if you're a real estate investor, focus on many sub-markets, the path of growth, and the path of suburban markets. You have to go inland, Central Florida and Southwest Florida. There you go. I just spilled the beans for some of you. All right, okay. I want everybody to circle back to me. All right, I'm giving you this amazing value-based free information. Come back to me and I will help you create your real estate portfolio. All right, enough of this. You know how excited I'm feeling. All right, finally, this update. I know, so you know this lagging indicator, of course. This Florida Association of Realtors, they have finally have December year-over-year, December 2022 information. So without further ado, let's dive down. And now, of course, I'll give you some highlights. I'm going to emphasize certain important information as I go through this graph for the remaining 20 minutes. Okay. Anyway, we are comparing 2021 to 2022. Listen, comparing 2021 is a fool's goal, is an anomaly. 2021 you cannot compare because it is a record historical year that will never be replicated. So even though I'm going to compare 2021 to 2022, it's not really apple to apple comparison. We need a longer perspective, a bigger picture, longer time horizon to see the real data that will turn out. So a lot of those real estate YouTubers out there, and some of you know who they are. They manipulate these kind of data. They use the the lowing, the lack of sales as a manipulation to misguide the YouTube consumers, thinking the housing is crashing everywhere. It's just clickbait videos that want to create negative headlines so they could get more subscribers. I get it. Capitalist country. Wild, wild west YouTube video channels. All right, so I digress. Okay, I'm ranting. All right, closed sales. Okay, closed sales 2021 to 2022, 287,000. Year over year, 2022 minus 18%. I mean, this data is so manipulative. I'm going to try to give you some accurate data, some ethical reporting. All right. Burns me up. 2022, 92,000 transactions were paid in cash. By the way, percentage-wise, there are more cash buyers in Florida than in any of the other 49 states. That's clear cut. Good, because you have Wall Street, you have hedge funds, you have institutions, large companies buying up these single family home communities. You have foreign investors from South America, Brazil, everywhere, UK coming to South Florida and other areas of Florida and buying up all this property with cash. So you have investors and home buyers from all over the world, all over the country to come into Florida. Florida is just gonna kill it for years and years and years to come, long term. All right, okay, enough of the rant. A quarter of the buyers you are using cash. They have bypass the challenges of the interest rate, all that stuff. Medium sales price, look at this. 2021, medium sales price, 2021 is 348. 2022 is 402. Percent change year over year, 15.7% appreciation, medium price wise, from 2021 to 2022, 15% double digit appreciation, even during the challenging times of low inventory rise, pending sales being decreasing, lack of home sales, reductions everywhere. Other part of the country, we're seeing price reductions, but not in Florida. 15.7. This will be my YouTube image when I create this video in the next few days, and I put this video in the YouTube channel. Amazing. What other states in the union are getting 15.7 appreciation year over year from 348 median price to 402? Well, I'll save you the research. Nowhere else but in Florida. Number one in everything. Millennials coming over, primary home buyers. If you want to move into this Sunbelt migration, live the highest quality of life ever in Florida, well, this is time to come. Investors, you know you've been in this market for many, many years, and nothing going to stop that. Cash flow, so much ways to make money in Florida, okay? I know what I know, you guys know what you know. My personal portfolio are in Florida, a lot of it, and my investors, hundreds and hundreds of them, have been purchasing in various areas of Florida for many, many years. So, suffice to say, I know what I'm talking about. Okay, let me see what else. Let me see what other things that are important on this particular graph before I go over. Medium time to contract, 14 days in 2022. Medium time to sell, yeah, a little bit longer, 56 days, no big deal. New pending sales has been down 21% year over year from 2021 because, the higher interest rates are impacting the buyers just in Florida, just like other part of the country. So that's no surprise that the pending sales has been lower by 21% from 367,000 pending sales in 2021 to 290,000 in 2022. New listings, similar, almost interesting. And here's the kicker. Here is the headline you must understand. In 2021, in the state of Florida, 1 month supply of inventory. Well, you know what are the ramifications of this? That's why we have seen skyrocketing of prices throughout Florida in the past 18 months, from from third quarter of 2020 to first quarter of 2022. 1 month historical low inventory of supply, especially in 2021. Multiple offers, 100 offers per property during 2021, with the historical low interest rate, 3%, which we will never see again for the rest of our natural life. Now, the monthly supplies have increased 170% all the way to 2.7. Oh, what does it mean, 2.7? If a healthy, balanced market between supply and demand is around 5 to 6 months, what does 2.7 months of supply of inventory in 2022 signifies? Please comment below. I'll give you the answer. 2.7% monthly supply in 2022 in Florida, statewide, is almost historical low inventory. Not as low as one month. So we see, because the demand is bound to accelerate in Florida, especially when the mortgage rate, hopefully sometime in 2023, if it decreases, the 30-year mortgage rate, if it decrease from current 6.2 or whatever percent to under 6%. This psychological abrupt change from 6 to 5% mortgage rate, 30-year fixed rate mortgage. We will see a buy-in frenzy, maybe even a housing boom 2.0, a post-pandemic housing boom 2.0 in the state of Florida. I'm not talking about other areas of the country because there's no such thing as a national real estate market. The real estate market is extremely hyper local, down to the metro, to the city, to the neighborhood, to the street, to the APN number of a particular lot. So 2.7 is extreme sellers in market. And this means the pent-up demand is greater than supply. Economics 101. If demand is higher than supply, housing prices will rise. Will rise. All right? Okay, let's go. Let's keep cover a couple of these non-relevant graphs. We're talking about single-family homes. Yes, cash sales is pretty elevated still, even though it's not as much as 2021. Understandable. So over the past 6 years, a quarter of all the housing transactions in Florida were cash sales. Just go to show you that people with big bucks are killing it in Florida. Okay, see, 32% of all housing transactions are in cash. In 2022, there is money in real estate. I don't care all the doom and gloom, all the naysayers, all the Chicken Little, everybody out there claiming this is going to be a housing crash. Come on. Come on. Don't buy into the fear porn, clickbait YouTube videos from people that have no credibility out there. Here, that's again, median sales price year over year, 2022. If you bought in 2022, 15.7% positive equity appreciation. Read my lips. Look at 2017. Our investors has been buying. Look at the money they're making. 2017, median price 237. 2022, okay, 237, 2017, 2018, 254, 2019, 264, 2020, 290, 2021, 348, 2022, 402. Look at the appreciation. 8% appreciation, 7, 3.9, 9.6, 20%, 15.7. What about 2023? What will be the appreciation rate for 2023? Who knows? Who knows? All right. Average sales price 2022, a whopping more than $500,000. I remember a few years ago when our investors were buying in Florida, the price were a few years ago less than half of what it is today. Prices will continue to rise. Get in the game. Get off the sidelines. Wow. Wow. Single-family homes dollar volume. Okay, this is insane. $161 billion of volume transactions occur in 2022, which is a little bit less than 2021. Again, you can't compare 2021. 2021 is a historical year in every way, shape, or form. Okay. Anyway, money is flowing into Florida. So Warren Buffett said, be greedy when everybody else is fearful. Be fearful when everybody else is greedy. Now it's time to be greedy. Warren Buffett said that. All right, okay. I think I'm concluding this very, very soon. Let me see. Medium time to contract 14 days, which is very, very good. Medium times to sell 56 days. That's pretty normal from a historical record, pre-pandemic, pretty much. And into what else? New pending sales have decreased year over year because the rising interest rate. The rising interest rate has this past 9 months has caused people to demand to subside a little bit. Therefore, pending sales is less than 2021. but not for long. Things will come back. Answer it. Okay, new listings only slightly down year over year from 377 366, but not not quite as bad as other areas of the country. So yeah, a lot of people in Florida, the homeowners right here, they are sitting on massive amount of equity. They're not going to sell their property at 3% mortgage rate to move up to a 6.5% mortgage rate. They're not going to do that. But if the mortgage rate falls down to 5% maybe this year, some homeowners may sell their homes. They may. But right now, people with massive amount of equity, they're not going to sell. Why should they? Because they're locked in a massively amazing low historical 30-year fixed rate mortgage at 3% or below. All right, so let me see what else that are important. Inventory, as I said, is severely lacking, even though inventory has risen this year from the past year, but still inventory is very, very low, extremely low, given the demand of investors, second home buyers, vacation home buyers, and primary home buyers, and the migration, the continuum through the remote work, the continued migration from everywhere all over the US, all over the world, people are coming into Florida. Okay, that is a fact, Jack. Who said that? The movie Stripes, 1981. What's his name? Bill Murray. That's the fact, Jack. All right, so let's look at closed sales by sales price. Look, the sweet spot for investors is around 250 to 350K. That's where most of the closed sales occur, 43%. You're not going to find too many homes that are less than 200 grand. The homes that are less than 200 grand, they are in the not so good neighborhood. Let's put it that way. Okay, the cutoff point is right around 250. 250 to 400K single family homes, they are the most desirable. Okay, they are in A minus class neighborhood. There are a lot of renters in Florida. A lot of renters are willing to pay you $2,500 rent, $3,000 rent because they migrated from out of state. They can't afford to buy a house yet, so they're renting for the next few years. So as a landlord investor who you are, you should buy properties within this sweet spot, 250K to 400K, the sweet spot, right? Which is still considered entry level. It's very, very hard to find entry level new construction single family home types because you have hedge funds competing against you. You have corporate landlords, buy to rent model of investors competing against you, hedge funds, and other fellow out-of-state investors competing against you. So it's going to be very competitive in the investment market moving forward in 2023. But right now, you still may see some less competition right now. The builders are providing incentive. The new builders, the new homes, or they try to get rid of those excess inventory for right now. So take advantage of the builders incentive, rate buy down, closing costs, reimbursement, and a lot of other builder incentives. Take advantage of that. Let me see what else. Again, see the homes are really going higher. Look at how many $1 million homes in Florida, especially in South Florida or Southwest Florida, doing extremely well. Homes are escalating in prices, especially from 300K onward. You see that? You see the most of the transaction. Don't buy anything down here because they are less than desirable neighborhoods. Right? They are trailer parks, mobile homes. Don't buy in this price range. Sorry to say that. But don't buy investment property in this price range either because you're not going to cash flow. Sweet spot, 250 to 380 or something like that. If you can rent it for $2,000 to $3,000 monthly, those are good rent to value ratio. So let me see. Let me conclude this. Oh, we have one more thing over here. Traditional, okay, 2021, 22, once again, closed sales, like I said, 285K, median sales price 404. Look at foreclosure, look at foreclosure. 1,200 foreclosure sales out of 285K. That's not even 1%. So foreclosures in Florida is almost non-existent. Short sale, same thing. All right. I'm not going to spend any more time on here. For those that were waiting for foreclosure deals, you'll be waiting for a very long, 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 long time. My friend, you are. Anyway, I think, did I cover all the important things? All the data, 2021, 2022. Here's the recap. Florida, yeah, the higher interest rate in the past 9 months has dampened demand just a little bit. That's why the pending sales is not as high in Florida, similar to other markets in the country. But my takeaway is 2.7 supply of inventory. This is extremely, extremely low, and the demand is the demand for homes are elevating as we moving into a spring, hot spring buying season. The mortgage rate is decreasing, hopefully below 6%. Inflation is subsiding, right? All the trends is on your favor. So if you're primary home buyers, if you can afford to buy, if you have a long-term buying investment horizon, investors like you guys, very small window of opportunity to buy cash flow properties because housing prices in Florida will escalate for certain in my unofficial crystal ball. All right. Anyway, I think I've spent more time than necessary. Sorry for this long video. There's so much to cover. Why? Because I'm passionate. I know about Florida. Although, we have investors buying in Texas, in Alabama, in Midwest also. But Florida is my personal number one real estate market right now and in the future, regardless of recession, inflation, all this negative news out there. There's no doom and gloom. Don't listen to the chicken little. Don't it's not, the world is not coming to an end. I know long term. So we received a lot of value for this video. Please smash the like buttons and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And finally, just put your email into my newsletter on my website below so you can become a free member of our real estate investing community. So through your email, you can receive a lot of great real estate investing information through your email. So you can become a successful turnkey mom and pop real estate investors buying the best cash flow properties in the best markets in the South and Southeast and the Midwest. So you can create your portfolio and to create generational wealth for you, yourself, and your family. Have a nice day. I'll see you on the next video very, very shortly. This is Steven. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.